Let's talk about strong breathing exercises. And when I say strong breathing exercise, if you do any kind of Wim Hof breathing techniques or strong deep diaphragmatic yogic breathing techniques, what we're doing is we're going into purposeful hyperventilation. But when we do purposeful hyperventilation for long periods of time, say you're doing like a 15 minutes to 20 minutes of breathing, what we're doing is we're releasing so much CO2. We've kind of gone past the alkaline state and now we're going to high pH levels, which means we've got too low of CO2 in our blood. And we actually need CO2 to be able to function properly. Our nervous system needs it. And we also then don't have enough calcium and potassium deposits to allow the electronic field to flow throughout the body. So that's when you start to feel these tingling sensations. Maybe you get the crab hands, the cramping, maybe you feel bursts of emotion, crying or laughter. If you've had any of these experiences, they're completely normal, and I actually encourage you to push further into that feeling. But when you start to feel faint or dizzy or lots of pressure in your head, I want you to always return back to natural breath. Breathing in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds, just bringing your awareness back to slowing that nervous system down and controlling and calming the body. So there's all different ways of looking at it. And a really beautiful way of looking at it when you're feeling those strong releases is see it as an emotional reset, because we hold on to so much tension for so many years and potential trauma that is getting held in different parts of the body. See it as an emotional release and reset of the nervous system as well. But when we go for too long periods of time, it can become quite dangerous. So I also encourage you to never do a breath hold with a full lung without holding in a full breath. So I don't want you to hold in a breath when you're doing a breath hold. I want you to always do it on a release of a breath, then go into a breath hold. Because what can happen when you have a breath hold in is you're restricting the capillaries and the oxygen levels to the brain, and that can actually create a stroke in the brain, and it also can lead to fainting and dizziness. So if you ever feel any form of fainting or dizziness, I encourage you to return back to your natural breathing. And just an overview of what I just spoke about is you're releasing so much CO2 during that time that your pH levels are rising, and that's why we only do it for about 30 to 40 breaths maximum and then go into a breath hold. Because if you start doing it for more than that, you can lower your CO2 too low, and that's when problems can start to arise. So we like to do it in a safe and practical way. We're actually getting benefits instead of one of the benefits of doing breath work is being able to calm yourself down and be able to switch between that fight and flight mode. If you guys have any more questions, I'm going to be doing these videos every week just to share a little bit more knowledge, because I want you guys all to be educated on what you're doing, because it can be detrimental if you do it the wrong way.